Hey, everybody, and welcome. So, I was just thinking about how companies like to come to your place or, advise how solar is the generation to make your payments low. And it's like the big thing. It's like, woo, yeah, woohoo, oh, awesome and cool. And they talk about how epic it can lower down your bill or even have no bill and you generate more power than you get use and you get money back and all that jazz. But here's the funny thing. They don't tell you a few things. First of all, they don't give you the correct amount of panels that provide you with twice the energy that you're using. So, say if you're using about, let's go 5 kilowatts. Okay, that's probably a very low amount of kilowatts that people use. The minimum would be around 8. Okay, for a decent family, 8 would be the amount of kilowatts that you would use per day. Okay, so let's go with 5. They say they can lower your bill by providing about 7 kilowatts. But here's the thing about solar. You have to understand that you can't just provide 7 kilowatts of power panels to provide 7 kilowatts of power. You actually need to do the reverse attack. You need to provide 14 kilowatts for 7 kilowatts of power output. That's correct. Because normally you would need a lot more than what you are wanting to get. Because the efficiency, the loss, and the amount of peak performance of the sun ability. So say if you get a 7 kilowatt system, you're theoretically only getting around 5 to even 4 kilowatts of power income because the panels are not completely targeted with the sun at all times, and you literally would only get about 1 to 2 hours of peak efficiency if the panels were in that cycle time of the sun ability's point of interest. So a 7 kilowatt system would not provide 7 kilowatts. It would only provide 4 to 5 pretty much during the entire day. So to provide 7 kilowatts, you're going to need to give 14 kilowatts because that's going to give you more than 7 kilowatts for what you want to get of 7 kilowatts. Same thing with folding panels and other stationary panels. If you're going to want 200 watts, you're going to want 400 watts. If you want 400 watts, you go 800 watts. You double up. That's the key feature of having solar panel systems. You don't want to just go 200, 200. That's fine. Yeah, 200 is fine. No. 200, 400. 200 watts of power now. Because now I'm doubling up. I'm going to have that peak efficiency at 200%. 200 watts. Okay? Here's another thing they don't tell you. They tell you that, yes, it will reduce your power bill or even give you more money by generating power back to the grid. That's nice. But see, here's the biggest kicker. They don't tell you this. Oh, you'll get money back from your power bill, but you still have to pay us this amount of money for the panels that we put on top of your roof. So theoretically, if you're paying, what? Let's go 500, okay? 500 bucks per month for your power bill. The panels will now cost you about $800 to $1,000 per month. That's literally twice the amount of power, twice the amount of money that you have to pay for your energy bill now. Because now you have solar panels up there, and supposedly those will reduce your power bill, or even give you no power to use. But now you're paying twice the amount of money to have panels up there to produce energy instead of paying the power bill. Does that make any sense? Now here's the third thing that they don't tell you. So I have these beautiful panels on my roof now, and all that good stuff. And it reduces my energy, even though I'm paying you guys more than what I paid for my energy costs. What happens if there's a blackout? Because my panels are tied to the grid, so it doesn't have a battery bank. So what happens to my panels? Oh, they have to shut down so it doesn't send power back to the grid. So if the grid shuts down, then you don't have power still. So what's the point of the solar panels if I'm not getting power during a cutoff system? You don't know? Really? So you can't provide a hybrid power system ability to, give me power during a power outage? No, we only do good type. So I'm paying for these super pissing expensive panels to be on my roof to provide me with less energy usage, but I'm still paying over 2 to 3 times more for the panels of my energy costs, and they don't give me backup power ability. You know the one thing you have to say for that? Those are the 3 questions you should ask any type of solar company. And if they say that crap, you know what you can say to them? You can say, well, I guess we can't work, because if you're not going to provide me with free panels that will basically pay for themselves during their generation time by giving me twice as amount of power that I'm getting. So if I'm using 5 kilowatts, you're going to give me 10 kilowatts of power ability, which makes sense to give me generated power back by far during the entire donation of the day. Duh. And if you're not going to give me I guess that goes into 2 topics. And if you're not going to give me a hybrid system that allows me to have power during a power outage or shutdown, then I guess there's the door. Bye. Because, I can buy for half the price that you're charging me. I can buy my own 10 kilowatt system, put them on my roof, my backyard, even my front yard if I wanted to. Make my own hybrid system. And there we go. And it would be like, I don't know, 25% less complex than your entire system that you literally have to mount on my roof, that you're charging me like this amount of money for, when I can do it for myself for less than 25% of what you're charging me, and I would generate more power than what you're supposedly saying I can get, and I would have the ability to be off-grid during a power outage and still have power in my house with my beautiful panels, because, that's the entire point of the solar panels is, to have power during power outage. Solar panels are not there just to reduce power or get energy back, supposedly, if you ever do, which is like, what, 10 to 20% of energy back? That's not really that huge of a difference. I mean, you're only putting enough panels up there on top of the roof just to get that small smidgens of power back, which doesn't help the company that's, that's tied to the grid. Like, that doesn't really provide that much energy back to the grid people to give them more benefits than what I'm using to pay for the entire thing. So basically, I'm paying for these super expensive panels for literally no reason, because I'm being charged 2 to 3 times more than what I'm actually paying for my power bill itself. And that's just in monthly wise. That's not like the full dedicated payment. So instead of having to pay $500, I'm paying $1,000 to $1,500 per month for my own energy bill. Even though my new energy bill doesn't allow me to have off-grid ability and generate enough power to actually completely zeroize my energy bill. So yeah, there's the door, and you can go blabber to another person. Because if you can't do those benefits, then I guess your company just sucks. And you know what? It's all the companies, basically. They just want this. They don't want to help you. They want this. They want this guy. They want the money. They want the cash. Instead of you having to pay the power bill, they want you to pay them. But you're paying twice as much as what you're paying for your power bill. So you're just basically, instead of going to the company that you're paying for the power, like this, you're going for this. Yeah, you can take my money. Here's my money from the to pay my power bill. Here you go. There you guys go. Oh wait, no. Here's 2 months. Oh wait, no. Here's 3 months of my power grid money to pay for your stupid panels. That literally do no benefits. When, like I said, you can basically make your own type of system for literally 25%, no, 75% less than the company is charging you to put panels on top of your roof. Not to mention, you can go 3 to 4 times more power than you would have to pay for those doofuses to put on your roof and in your backyard. You can literally have a huge entire system going on. Plus, there are little tiny turbines, little wind turbines you can literally put on your top of your roof without a permit. You don't need any special permits because they sell those little 400 to 500 watt turbines, wind turbines that are literally about as tall as a mini fridge. That's about, 20 inches? 20 to 30 inches? That's actually pretty small and pretty powerful. And you can have solar panels. And you could theoretically if you have a river system in your backyard or, somewhere nearby that you can tap into, you can literally put a little hydro turbine in there and have that generate power at the same time. 3 for the price of 1. Whoa. Not to mention, you get the benefit of having power during a power outage. And you'll be able to provide energy back to the grid by over 10 times that you would have to give power from the stupid company that's charging you a crap load. You would literally give 10 times more power back to the grid, basically making more profit by giving money back to the grid. So you would get money from them over the amount of power that you technically would get from the other party of company wise. Because if you theoretically was doing all 3 of that setup, and you had basically a 14 kilowatt solar panel system, plus about a 3 kilowatt hydro turbine for the water, and 2 kilowatts for your wind turbine system, that is literally 20 kilowatts of power. More than you would basically be using. So 500 plus about 12 kilowatts. So you would literally be getting 12 kilowatts to use back to the grid. That's a crap load of kilowatts back to the grid ability. They would be paying you like more than you would be paying them in general. So you would be literally getting $1,000 back. They would be paying you $1,000 in energy revenue back to you from your own hybrid grid tied system. At literally a quarter of the price that you would pay for a company to put their crap panels on top of your roof. Yeah. That's cool, huh? So just be aware, if companies do that, you're really not going to get any benefits from that. So if you really want benefits, do it yourself, do some history, figure that out, or look for companies that are actually going to be true and honest and give you a hybrid system. Or, basically you would pay the company panels back for the amount of energy that you get from the power grid. So basically, the amount of panels that provide energy back to the grid, that money that is going to the grid is now going to be sent to the company itself. So you're theoretically not paying the company. Their panels are paying themselves back to the company. So if they can't provide that, then there's the door. Because there's no benefit for that ability. If the panels are not going to pay for themselves on their own from the amount of energy they get back, which means that the company will want like 14 kilowatts instead of 7, then and it's going to be a hybrid system, then yeah, don't take it because it's bullcrap. Anyways, guys, peace out. Do a little research.